it's Friday. Friday night hangout. Let's celebrate. A season of new beginnings. Let's rejoice. Thank God it's Friday.
Yes. Hello. A very good evening to you from Enugu, Nigeria. Depending on where you're, welcome you to another episode of the Friday night hangout, where we have very good conversation on personal and business. We have someone exciting in the room, and I'm excited to introduce my dear sister, Mrs. Ezine Kufre Ekanem. Please, can we? Oh, we're having technical issues. Can you hear me? Okay. Sometimes. Hello, Ezine, can you hear me? We can't hear you. For some reason, we can. I can see you. I can hear. I can see your mouth moving, so it means but I can't hear you. Let's see. Let's see. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. Let's see. Hello. Hello. Let's try again. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think.
I can hear you
Can you
perfectly.
please? Oh yes, great. We're back. Great,
Good evening.
great. Mrs. Ezine. Good evening. I'm excited. You know, technology can act sometimes,
I know.
but I'm so happy to finally have you here. So Friday night hangout. This is the first time we're hosting you. And I just want to say thank you for making out time to share from your wealth of experience with us tonight. So, welcome.
Thank you very much. It is an honor to be
Please
here.
permit me to read your profile to introduce you. I'm going to. Mrs. Ezine Kufre Kanem is a dynamic individual embodying the essence of wife, mother, citizen, and much more. Her passion for interior design and women's empowerment is palpable and deeply rooted in her life journey. An alumna of prestigious institutions, including Federal Government Girls College, Owerri, University of Nigeria, Nsukka, Lagos Business School, and Strathmore Business School, Kenya. Ezine is a multifaceted interpreter, motivational speaker, and philanthropist. Her entrepreneurial journey began in 2002, triggered by transformative experience of inadvertently leaving her young daughter at school too late due to work commitments. Ezine's literary contributions extend beyond her business acumen. Her empowering volumes such as Up You, When Adversity Strikes, Fight, and Recalibration Blueprint, Stepping into Your Best Life, inspire resilience and fortitude. Member of the Interior Design Association of Nigeria and publisher of Asari, a monologue on soft furnishing and interior decoration. Ezine's a Magalog story on soft furnishing and interior decoration. Ezine's impact extends beyond business. Her influence has garnered prestigious accolades, including the Paul Harris recognition as one of the 100 most influential women in Africa. Ezine is also the innovative producer of him made to throw some, just to, give us her opening words and her perspective on self-actualization and why becoming is important to the concept of self-actualization. So isn't it the floor is yours?
Thank you. First of all, let me start by saying thank you for having me on the show. It is a deep privilege to be here.
Hello, Izine,
Technology is
can you
glitching
hear
up.
me?
Can you hear me? If anybody can hear me, please indicate so that I'll know that somebody is hearing me.
Welcome. Yes, we can hear you now. We couldn't hear you before, but now we can.
Okay, so I was actually saying thank you for having me on the
So go
show.
ahead.
I do believe you asked me a question. Joy? Oh no. Okay, so the topic today is all about self-actualization. So I do believe I heard her say, what is self-actualization? So to put it in a very layman form, self-actualization is the desire to become the most that one can be. You know, um, it's a concept in psychology that refers to the realization and fulfillment of one's talents, potential, and capabilities. There's this man, this theory called Maslow, and self-realization is the highest need that an individual can strive to. It starts from the basic need and it gets to the highest one, and that highest one is self-actualization. But before we can even start talking about self-actualization, there is something that comes before it, and that is self-realization. Because you must first realize who you are before you can actualize who you are. So that's where to start, you know. You realize who you are, and then you begin the process of actualizing it. And this process involves setting personal goals, becoming self-aware, pursuing meaningful endeavors that align with your values and your purpose in life. It's a very deep one, but let me, for the purposes of this discussion this evening, say that self-actualization is one becoming the most that one can be. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank, thank you so much. I just love that description, you know, and why is this really very important to us today? Why is it important for us to, pursue?
You know, when we come to the earth, we come, like they say to us, tabula rasa. But the way I like to put it is that we come fully loaded with all the potentials to become whatever we want to become and to achieve whatever we set our minds on. So, the reason why people at their point of death have regret is because they did not become the most of themselves that they could. It's possible for you to live, have several successes, and really not be true to who you are, the core of yourself. And that's the highest need, for you to know that you know yourself, and that everything you spent your time doing was meaningful and added value back to yourself and to others. And that's when you can say that you are actually self-actualized. So it's very important to become. It's very important for you to start the journey. It's actually a lifelong journey because life translates. We grow, we learn. We are ideally supposed to be perpetual learners. So as we get to another point, as we get to a new point, we learn new things. We become new persons. We unravel new things about ourselves. In fact, one of my best analogies is the analogy of peeling an onion. You keep removing the peel, you keep removing the peel until you unveil the bulb on the inside. And that's what we do as human beings. We keep removing the layers that we don't need. We keep learning, relearning, unlearning. As we journey on, we become, we unlearn, we learn, we add on, and it keeps going on and on. And as we become, at every stage, we find that we've actualized something. We become more self-aware. And so we are becoming more self-actualized. Becoming and self-actualization work hand in hand. In fact, I said that the assignment swing and is a continuous evolving until we reach our full potential.
Okay. We had some break in transmission there. I think the network was fluctuating a bit, so I didn't get the
Okay, so
last bit of what you said. I don't know if it's from my
the
end.
last thing I said was that becoming is important in the process
So,
of
but I did
self-actualization.
get some of what you talked about in terms, and I want to be more concrete in the sense that let's use your interior business to give us a very
You want me to talk
vivid
about
demonstration.
how
I was
I
really
started my business?
intrigued when I learned that your establishment, Rosemary's, which is a soft furnishing company, was
Mhm.
recognized as 2007 consecutively, 2017, 2018, 2019. Oh my goodness. So we would want you to share with us how has you understanding you acted in your business, how has it helped you on your business journey?
Oh, it's everything because um, when you become, you apply. If you know better, you do better. If you become more excellent, you output excellent job. Rosemary's is my passion child. Born a couple of years ago with only 22,000 naira. Out of the fact that I decided that first things had to be first, because I forgot my child in school on a certain day due to a trip that I had outside of Lagos. There was no GSM at the time. So by the time I made it back from Ibadan, where I had gone for the grand opening of the ultra modern P&G complex, it was 9 p.m. and my child was still in school. And I had just at that point become very conversant with the Stephen Covey school and book of 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And one of the principles there is that first thing should be first thing. So on that night when I forgot my child at school, I had to ask myself, so what are your first things? You see, self-reflection. What's important to you? Is it to stay in corporate Nigeria and run around or raise a sound child in a sound family setting? It wasn't a difficult decision to make. I quit my job the next day and became the best mother I could be. And looking back now, we only know in parts. We never know things fully. It just turned out that that child is the only child that I have. So imagine if I had played with her. Imagine if I had gambled with her future. So I am actually very happy that I decided to quit the 9 to 5 rat race and fought out my own way by myself. And that's how Rosemary was born. And it was born with my seed money of 22,000 naira and a prayer. And because of the prayer we made, we told God, if you're not going to come with us, don't give us success. And we put him first, and we continually put him first, and he sustained us. Rosemary's is known as the can-do company. We don't say no. We build capacity as the breeze come, because we understand that the market has to dictate what it is you're doing. You just know what you say you want to do, but the market tells you what they want you to do. So we develop muscles as we go. So we're known as the can-do spirit company. And then we have one promise we've made to our clients. At every point in time, we will give you our best. If we get to know better tomorrow, we will come back and tell you we now also know better. And as such, we're a learning company. So we learn, so we evolve, so we grow, so we ask ourselves what's new and how can we serve our clients better. And they have rewarded us by consistently staying with us and helping us win awards upon awards. It's been a very interesting journey, and one that hasn't been, despite the challenges and everything, I'll do it over and over and over again, because I find that it gives me joy to help people live well. Because what I do, or what we do, is to beautify your space and help you enjoy living in it, so that you're at your best, you sleep at your best, you play at your best, you walk at your best. So yeah, that journey is ongoing still. It excites us every day. It fulfills all my values. It allows me to talk to various kinds of persons. I can be a lot of things in one given 24 hours, because I don't know who is going to walk into the showroom door. And so I must know enough to be able to engage whosoever walks in. It's an interesting journey, and we give all the glory to God. Joy? Okay. I don't know what's going on, everyone on the stream, but I think that we have a network issue. I can't find my host. So let's keep each other company while she comes back on. Shall we? So if you're on the stream, you have a question, please put it up and I will then talk to you about it. Okay. I'm smiling at myself. Okay. Still waiting for her. But then let me reiterate what I have said about self-actualization. One is a need. It's a need. Every human being has that need. That's the reason why we keep pushing, because we want to become the most that we can be. Everybody wants to be the most that they can be. And you know, one thing I've realized in all of this is that yearning remains deep in your soul until you become it. You know, sometimes we have this nudging to do this or do that or check this weight or pick up this one or that. And then sometimes we are not moving, we are complacent, or we doubt ourselves. But the nudging doesn't go out because it's a need that every single person has. It's like when you're hungry. Everything about you tells you you're hungry until you eat. Self actualization is also a need that until you begin to attain it, it will not let you be. It will keep nudging you. And if we're to go by that Maslow's pyramid, it is the highest point of the pyramid. And everybody wants to ask, everybody should aspire to it. But you begin at the beginning, which is saying to yourself, who are you? Then you figure out who you are. You figure out what makes you tick, your values, your goals, and then you begin to drive for them. Yeah, joy is back. So I'm going to keep quiet now.
Yes, thank you so much, Ezine, for holding brief. Sometimes the technology can be so funny.
I know. Welcome back.
What do I want out of life? And I'm so intrigued that I to build this big award-winning establishment. And that's to encourage someone out there who is still in the journey of becoming. You know, sometimes we think that you need to have millions to have millions to establish, something in continuum, and then you would see how you would become. You would understand transformation.
Okay, network has thrown her out again. I believe what I heard was about the company and to encourage someone who is anticipating starting out on their own, or maybe somebody who is already on the journey or something. The most important thing is to begin. That's the hardest part, to begin your journey. And whether you like it or not, you just have to begin. You don't have to know everything to begin. You don't have to be perfect to begin, but you must begin to become the thing. So where do you start from? You start from where you are tonight. You start with what you have tonight. In starting out, I had all of my severance salary that year. That was 22,000 naira. And I'm sure a lot of people will say, then, what would 22,000 ever do for you? We didn't start out as an interior design company. No, we started out with doing kids' rooms. we took an aspect of it and we started doing it. And then we started blowing off from there. You said the same thing I said, the same way I talked about peeling off to reveal the diamond that is inside of you. It's the same way that when you eventually even find that diamond, you add on. So we started out small and then we started adding on. Because the market will even lead you to adding on things. You will say so to somebody, I do children's rooms, for instance. And the person says, so if you can do children's rooms, why can't you do adult rooms? You're not going to say no. You're going to go and do the adult room because it's basically the same thing. What was holding you back was I didn't have the resources. So don't wait forever, waiting for everything to be perfect or in alignment. Start small. Start small.
True.
And then continue and gain momentum on your journey. Thank you.
Start small. Start with what you have in your hands and watch it grow. Ezinne, thank you so much for this. And before we wrap,
I can't hear you anymore.
I don't know if Ezinne can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you now. I can hear you now. Okay. I do not know what she said, but let me share some practical steps that can help us women in becoming better versions of ourselves. Number one will be self-reflection, like I've been saying. You can't actualize what you do not understand or what you do not know. So you need to take time to reflect on who you are, reflect on your value, reflect on your strengths, and reflect on your areas of growth. Understanding yourself better and understanding the ambition that you have and all of the things you want to do with your lifetime will help to guide you towards the journey of self-actualization. My second point will be set goals. And then as you set these goals, make them realistic. You remember I had said before, start small. So I know you want to go on top of Mount Everest, but you can't go from 0 to Mount Everest. So you have to set goals. You define clear and achievable goals that align with your values and aspirations. One important thing about self-actualization is that if you get to the top of that pyramid and whatever you've achieved does not align with your values, you feel empty. You will have regret. So it's important to ensure that the goals you're pursuing are not me too goals, that there are goals that belong to you, that fulfill you, that are meaningful to you, and goals that will also help humanity. So it's important that you set these goals and you break these goals into smaller steps and track your progress so that you can stay motivated. Self-actualization is a long haul, so you don't want to start and then burn out. Of course, there is continuous learning. You can't be on this journey and not be a lifelong learner. You must continually learn something new. You know what they say? You stop learning, you start dying, whether it's a business, whether it's a career, whether it's even your personal development. You must continue to learn. Okay, I'll leave you with just these three. If you practice these three, trust me, you're on your way to be becoming, to starting your journey to self-actualization. And of course, there is self-care. You need to take care of yourself because if you're not healthy, you can't really go far. So you must invest in yourself, in your mind, in your head, in your overall well-being. You must like yourself. You must love yourself so that you can operate from a point of love. You know, yeah. So I'll leave you with those four, hoping that my host will be back on. Okay, while we wait for her, I'll give you a bonus. Up you, celebrate your achievement. Whatever little thing you're able to do, celebrate it, loud it, own it with your full chest, So just celebrate it and enjoy it, you know. Yeah. And then you grow the muscle and then you get on to the next one. All right. Yeah. So by doing all of these steps, you will be incorporating um um by doing all of these steps, you will be firmly on your lane to journeying on to self-actualization and becoming all that you can be in your life. Okay, let's see. Give me a minute. Let me find out what's wrong with our host and see how we can fix it. Just give me a minute. Everybody, please stay on the screen.
Hey, I don't know if my sister is still here. Oh my goodness. Away with. And there is a question here I want to address before we wrap up. If anyone, if is asking, the journey of becoming can be tough at times. How do we handle it? Now, for everyone is different. We all we're different to share with us tonight is if you're on that journey of becoming and it gets too tough, it may be time for you to just pause and ask yourself very critical questions. You being able to identify what your priorities are helps you to take some very critical decisions. It helps you need who you need to be with even at that point in time. When the going gets tough, just know that you cannot do it all by yourself. It's also important to have what we call support systems that can hold your hands during your journey of becoming. Don't be too big. That one of the aspects of being empowerment is your ability to understand your vulnerability and to ask for help from the necessary places. All right. Make sure you have trusted people in your support system that can hold your hands even when the journey becomes tough. And you will go through that phase. You have what it takes. It's a phase. When it's in the much earlier, she talked about having 22,000 naira to start her journey of Rosemary's Interior. She said she prayed about it and she believed in what she was doing. I want you to believe in yourself. Believe in yourself, believe in your process, believe in your skills. Your journey of becoming is as important as the result you get. And don't give up on yourself. If you need to take a break, take a break. If you need to pause, pause. If you just need to be still, please be still. Your journey is like no other one. Your journey is unique to you because you're becoming. Just know that you're not alone. You're not alone. It takes a lot to build you up because you're special, because you're unique, and because your vision is putting your all together. And while you're at it, please make out time to celebrate your micro wins. Don't wait until something huge happens before you celebrate yourself. Building a reward system into your also looking up to you. Wherever you are now, there are still people who are still struggling to get to that level you are in. And so the journey you have gone through so far becomes an inspiration and a motivation to them. So don't let yourself down and don't let the people who you're meant to serve down. Life is not just all about you. Your journey of becoming is not all about you. When Ezine was speaking, she said one of the there must be something they were doing so well with just 22,000 naira. So I ask you tonight before we wrap up, what do you have in your hands? What do you have in your hands that can help you in your journey of becoming. Nothing. Thank and appreciate you for staying with us. I also want to thank and appreciate my sister, Izine. I don't know if she talked about her book, but just watch out. We're going to put out information about her book on this page and on all our channels. And I would ask you to please like, follow her pages, get copies of her books because it's going to help you to grow. It's going to help you to grow. God bless and keep you. We love and appreciate you. See you next week, Friday.
Thank you for having me. Good night, everyone.
It's Friday night, Hangout.